Hello everybody, it's Nigel from EFP63 Cards and Stickers. Hope you're well. Just before we start, just a thanks really. Do really appreciate the amount of views I'm getting on some of my, all my videos. Any views of you, I'm just made up. Thanks for likes, and I get a few comments, not a lot, but at the end of the day, it's just nice to get messages if I do get them. It's really nice, and it's nice to just interact with people. I'm gonna get back into doing card shows, so anyone out there who wants to approach me about doing them, that's fine, through my various social media on Instagram under EFP63 Cards and Stickers. I've still got that. I've not posted on there for a while, but we're going to get something up on there. And it'll really be, I want to be in the kind of card shows where there's a fair amount of football or sports cards, so I've got the foot flow. My stuff's different, not different as in it's not different to what anyone else is selling, but it's more low end. There'll be a few higher priced items, but not a lot. I've got some slabs, I've got some cards, I've got some stickers. So, but I'm looking to buy, I'm looking to expand. And it's been a while, since a couple of years since I've done card shows. I think I did 2 or 3 at Bolton and 1 in Liverpool. So, but I'm looking to go further afield. I went to one at Blackpool last week, which had a few football cards, but not too many. Not enough for me to put a table there. I was just trying to see what it was like. I've got a ticket for Milton Keynes in June. I'm going to have a look at that one. I know it's very good. That would possibly one I would like to do. So I'm just going to show you kind of stuff I've got, which is a real mixture. Not necessarily up to date, old and new. And a lot of this would just be on flick through. There'll be stuff on a table, but a lot of this I'd have a flick through. So let's have a little look. I got, and a lot of the flick through, I think we're probably looking, I've got 180,000 cards and stickers, but for flick throughs, I want to just go on inserts. So I've probably got now a couple of thousand inserts of a lot of chrome stuff and various other inserts. So stuff like this. Harvey Elliott, Future Stars Champions League card from 2022. So there'll be mixed stuff a bit newer. Eternity, Hampton and Bronze. Ignore the prices; they're just in sleeves that'll need doing. A nice menu, top of the world, Top's Finest. And then you come on to stuff like this. There's the Ibrahimovic. And a Match Attack with this funny shaped one, and then there'll be a few signs, nothing exciting. I've got a couple of interesting signed cards. I've got a nice Zola, which will probably be coming along. That's not numbered. There's a Ricky Puig, just a pro set card. Pro set from Leaf Trading, so no great values. Cancelo. This one's what's this from? This Topps one from 2022. Daniel Rogani. Numbered. I've got numbered cards as well, and then you've got stuff like this, an old Match Attacks World Cup one. Ashley Cole. Andy Robertson playing when he played for Hull. This one's nice. I pulled this one myself. Best of the best on it. I think it was 2022. Yeah, 2022. Pull this one. Harry Kane, 3 out of 10. That's a nice one. That will have more than a couple of quid on it. I pulled this one recently. This is the Yamal Hot Shots from the Match Attack Red Hot one. I pulled a couple of them. So that's one I've got rid of. Again, something older. That's numbered. That's 25 years ago. That's Futura, Liverpool merchandise one. 279 out of 400. And then I got a few bits like this. It's not match worn. Again, that's numbered. There's Diaz. Don't think the Gabrielle's. The Gabrielle's numbered. It's not match worn though. Numbered to 149. That's a more recent one for you people who knows a more recent one. But the annoying thing with that one is, don't know if you can tell if I hold it straight. See how the badge is not central? So if we're getting rid of that, we'll be getting rid of that. Very expensive. Who's this? Per Mertesacker. Numbered. Oh, it's actually player worn, that. Enclosed. Oh, yeah, I didn't realise that. 2021 Mertesacker. Cutting edge. Again, these prices, no idea. Again, this is ones I think if I pull this or not from the old score ones, out of 15, couple out of 15. Legends Inzaghi from the Heritage out of 99. Xavi out of 99. Nice Ibrahimovic, I think that's numbered, isn't it? That's out of 150. And Modric at a 150. Then a more up-to-date prized footballer out of 50, Gakpo. And an Obsidian Gakpo, I think it's numbered out of 115. So that's sort of, there's a few, and I've got a few more numbers kicking around. I've also got, what would happen is I would take some of my stock off that's on my eBay listings that hasn't sold. And so I've got some interesting items up there with numbers and etc. A couple of autographs. And then the flick throughs is stuff like this, so you know, right up to date. From our latest Topps Chrome. And then you've got stuff like this from, where are we from? Select 24, 25. And these kind of inserts will be on my flick throughs, you know, and you see there's all kinds of different stuff really. You know, nice kaleidoscope and equalisers. That one's a little bit older. Brentford one. You can see the kind of stuff that I've got. Some Jota, early Cole Palmer, which is 2022. John Duran. Real mixed bag really, you can see. Some nice cards though. And I'll have Lewandowski's, Messi's, Ronaldo's, Son's, Kane's, you know, all the names are in, I'll have in there. Real mixed bag, you know, as I say, mixed bag there. What else we got? Stuff I've got ready again, ignore the price, but I would imagine I'm doing a lot of £2 on these. The old Jack Grealish there, that Grealish is from, if I remember rightly, that Grealish is about 15, 16 or 16, 17. So very young Grealish there. And there's two, I mean, I've got two of the same there. And they're not bad on the edges, to be honest with you. The edges and corners on Match Tack aren't brilliant, are they? And old John Terry. Oh, that's old. For any of you older people, that's a Gordon Banks from Pro Set 92. Fantastic goalkeeper. Then some old limiteds. Ericsson's, Haaland, like say Ronaldo's, Ronaldinho's. A couple of very old cards there from footballers. Manchester United one. Don't have much like that old. Ronaldo, Messi, Gascoigne, Figo, Ronaldo. The Ronaldos and Messis are everywhere. What else we got here? Again, Messi brand new. Rutter off the Topps Chrome, Saka. I think you can see the kind of stuff I've got. It is a real mixed, and there'll be a lot of flick through. A lot of stuff on flick through. Old golden ballers. Then limited editions from older sets. Euro 2020, Harry Kane's. Interesting one. He's one I've seen a few people with. Cavan Sullivan, rookie. Had one of his other cards, was interesting. Ronaldo again. Ademi, that's numbered to 99. I'll say it just keeps going with Ronaldo's and Messi's. Another pile here. You see I've got so many, you know, nice canes there and colours. Just a wedge of cards, Everton players there. I think that's numbered as well. That's another one numbered. Oranges. Not saying that every single one of these will make the cut, so to speak, but some of them I have 2s and 3s of. Some rookies, things like that, and all chrome cards. Some nice ones in there, and I just, as you can see, mixed bag. Salah, you're going to find them all in there. If there's any more, there's some nice jotters there. Salah. So that gives you, I've got one more pile to show you on them. And those are some of them. I mean, that's what, a couple of hundred there, if that. I'm probably looking, I would have 600 or 700 on the flick through. Then the stuff like that. Here's a nice one. Roy Keane from Pro Set. Again, up to date. Griezmann. Another Ronaldo. Rooney. Another Messi. Another Ronaldo. Maradona. Mbappe. Ronaldo. Neymar. Messi. Haaland. And some old school, more Messi. Bergkamp. Schmeichel. There's a lot of, you know, the same, similar stuff. And then I've got some slabs. I've still got some slabs. Beckham, and that's numbered to 199. And then like Beckham's, Messi's, Ibrahimovic. Some are just very basic. Haaland, basic Messi. These are basic cards. Interesting one there, Sir Alex Ferguson. Lewandowski. Again, base card. Stuff that at time I thought, oh, it was a good idea, but probably wasn't. Sancho. Nice, interesting one there. Gascoigne and David Batty. And then something I think came in a collection. Phil Foden. Out of 10. Stickers out of 10 aren't common. 1920, that one's from. Football 2020. It's an SGC 10. So that gives you an idea. Now the other thing is I do stickers as well, but they're very old school. They really are old school. Let's see if I've got some to show you. So I'll just give you a quick blast of some stickers. These are old school, a lot of these. Roy Keane. Kick-off 1998, so you're talking 28 years old, that. 1994 Premier League dual sticker, City and Liverpool. And I've got a couple of up-to-date, Mbappe, Ibrahimovic, Wrighty, Gascoigne, Batty, David Platt. Again, I got prices on, which were probably last time I went. Man United, an old Real Madrid, Roy Keane, Drogba, Ibrahimovic, Van der Sar, a lot of big name stuff. Haaland, Roberto Carlos, triple one with Mbappe on, Luis Figo, Carragher, Rakitic, Benzema, Giggs, Minamino, Hernan Crespo, Philly Neville, Beckham, Rooney, Owen, Ronaldo, for your older Lothar Matthäus, Modric, Mbappe, Bale, Kenny Sampson, Schmeichel, Carnu, Giggs, and old Sergio Ramos from the Germany 2006. So again, I'd probably have a couple of hundred of them with me. Stickers wise, I've probably got 2,000 or 3,000 I could easily bring with me. So I can't bring everything I've got, but that's the kind of idea. So anyone out there who thinks I might fit the bill, so to speak, you know, it would be great to get involved again. And also, you know, stuff I've got listed on eBay. I've got stuff like this on eBay. Now these are, if I remember rightly, Yeah, these are Martinellis out of £1.99, £1.50, £3.99, £2.99, £1.75, £2.75, £2.90, and then Gabriel Jesus. So some of this kind of stuff I've got on eBay might come with me. But I will be buying. I want to get into some slabs, but better. So we'll have to see. So I hope that gives you an idea of what I'm up to. And as I say, I'll be happy to listen to any places who want me to come and vend. I'm a bit older, so it's a bit harder for me to do these, as in just what's involved. But I'm determined to do a few more. I did enjoy them in the past. I did have help from my son. Hopefully I'll have some help. Otherwise it could be interesting on my own. So hopefully I'll be seeing you guys sooner rather than later. So I'm sort of on my way to prepping. I've got quite a bit of work to do yet. And I may well have some other stock that arrives. You just never know. Stickers wise, there may be some interesting World Cup ones coming out. We'll wait and see. So listen, big thanks for everyone who's supporting the channel. Let's try and push it to 150 subscribers. I'd love that. I've got to 130, which is amazing. My end goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. Whether I can ever achieve that, I have no idea. I'll just keep putting a bit of content out. It's from an older bloke, but bear with me. I'm someone who's loved me football for 50 odd years. Perhaps don't love it as much now with VAR, etc., but that's a whole different story which we're not going to get into. So take care, everybody. Keep collecting, keep buying your cards, keep going to the shows, keep supporting the channel. Leave a like, subscribe if you like what it is, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.